Hello, hello, hello. This is Dr. Grace. I am trying to get ready for Medical Monday on today. Yes, yes, yes. I've been in class since 6:45 this morning. Kind of, sort of, but I got here a little bit late because it was an hour drive. Traffic was horrible, but I've been here since early this morning, and it's 8 o'clock at night. Class just got out, so I had to find somewhere quiet to set up everything. So I'm in the process of setting up. I don't want to hold this thing the whole hour, so hold on. If you feel me floating around and doing a whole bunch of stuff, I'm trying to set up some stuff, get my notes ready and everything, and give you guys a chance to chime in. So it's a little bit early here, so we can get started. So hey, Tanisha Wilson, thank you for joining. I appreciate you. This is Dr. Grace from the Metro Detroit area, coming live at you on Medical Monday from Bethesda Holistic Center, where we teach you how to calm the mind, cleanse and nourish your body, and awaken your spirit by the unction of the Holy Ghost by the word of the Lord. Hey Teresa, thank you for joining. Please invite and share as you chime in and chime on. You can see my ambiance is a little bit different here. I am at the Henry, which is the old Rich Carlton in Dearborn. I just finished my CME classes, which is called Continuing Medical Education credits, which doctors have to take. We have to get at least 150 per year in order for us to sit for our board examinations. Yes, we have to certify for our boards every 10 years, and we have to get certified with our CME classes. So I had to find somewhere where I can do Medical Monday afterwards. I didn't find out I was going to be here until 8 o'clock until after I got here at 8 this morning. So I was like, I am not canceling Medical Monday. Tonight we're going to be talking about fibromyalgia, autoimmune diseases, and we're going to be talking about chronic pain and inflammation. So you guys definitely need to invite and share, because we are going to be talking about being the best you can be from the inside out. But we need you to start inviting and sharing your friends, okay? Could you please do that right now? I got on a little bit earlier so I can set up, so I can get my phone set up and everything. Hopefully you can hear me real good. Can you give me, hey Brooklyn, give me some thumbs up to let me know that you can hear me, that you can see me real good. Like I said, I'm here at the Henry in Dearborn, Michigan. Yeah, was a long time. Yeah, to see what the stuff that they make doctors do. Yeah, so we can be the best, so we can be the best for you. Yes, they make us do a lot of stuff. Yeah. One of my office manager was like, well, you can't see patients today. I said, well, if I don't get my CMEs to get my license renewed, nobody have a job. How about that? So guys, please invite and share, please. Hey, Teresa. Hey, is it Felba? Hey, Brooklyn. Please invite and share. Please invite and share. We have a special guest that is going to be coming on tonight too. Hey, Cheryl. Thank you for joining on. Please invite and share as you guys get on. We're going to be talking about fibromyalgia, autoimmune diseases, and we're going to be talking about inflammation and chronic pain. You know, I've talked about chronic pain before, and it's mighty funny. Tonight, the last 2 sessions here at my CME courses was talking about opiate prescriptions and stuff like that. So, and the importance of that, and giving us more insight and wisdom on how to manage chronic pain, which is near and dear to my heart, because it's not God's will, plan, and purpose or design for you to suffer in your body, suffer in your mind, suffer in your spirit. That is not His will, plan, or purpose or design. So I do believe in treating the whole man. No, I am not a DO. I am an MD. Saved, sanctified, filled with the precious Holy Spirit. Yes, with evidence and utterance. Yes. I believe on laying on of hands. I believe praying for folks. I believe being led by the Holy Spirit to treat. And hey, Essie, hey, thank you. We're just trying to get people to chime in and invite and share, Essie. We got a whole bunch of stuff we're going to get on. I'm ready to go and add you on right now so we can get. I'm inviting you. You getting the invite? Hey, Miss Mazine Robinson. Hi. I prayed for you, Miss Mazine. I wanted your recovery to be speedy and pain-free. Hallelujah. Is there a holistic approach to fibromyalgia? We're going to be talking about that tonight, so you need to hold on to that question. We're going to be talking about that. I'm sending an invite to you, Essie. Hopefully you see it. Okay, the guest declined the live video invitation. Okay, well, why did you do that? Essie, you're supposed to be on tonight. Okay, Essie, we're expecting you to be on tonight because we're talking about fibromyalgia. Please invite me again. Okay, okay, I need to, let me see what we got going on here. Essie, add as a guest. I'm sending you another invite. Yes, yes, yes. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. So excited. Can't you tell? For Medical Monday, I'm so excited. I'm sorry about the lighting that's in this area. I am in the business area here at the Henry, which is the old Rich Carlton. Yes. I'm sending you an invite again, Essie. Are you getting it? It's beep, bleeping, beeping, beeping. Yay! Yeah! Hey, Essie. Hi, how are you? It's good to see you. Okay, we're going to be talking about, I told them that I've been in class all day, and one of the last classes that we did today was on about chronic pain and opioid prescriptions. I mean, you know, I've done that before, but we're going to be talking about tonight fibromyalgia or all autoimmune diseases. And Essie is my special guest tonight for two reasons, because she has a personal testimony, and she also coaches her clients in regards to autoimmune diseases from a personal perspective. Hey, Adrian. Hey, Wendy. Thank you for joining on. Please invite and share as you guys come on. It is very, very important that you do that. Again, like I said, please forgive the lighting. I have no control over the lighting here. I had to find somewhere a little bit quiet here at the Henry, which is the old Rich Carlton here in Dearborn, Michigan, after my CME courses on today. Hey, Wendy, we thank you for joining on. Please invite and share. So, Essie, let's start. Where do you want to start tonight? We didn't get a chance to go over anything today like we normally do because I was in class all day.
I didn't talk to you at all.
I know. So the reason why I did that, guys, is normally she and I talk throughout the whole day, but I need to reserve my battery for Medical Monday tonight because I didn't bring my charger. So I wanted to make sure I had enough juice for a whole hour to do our broadcast on tonight. So I didn't get an outline or anything from you because you're so professional like that. So do you want to conduct the show tonight? Can you be the hostess with the mostest?
I can try my best to be the hostess with the mostest today.
Thank you. Hey, Chantel. Hey, Lynette. Thank you for joining on. Please invite and share. So it's on you, young lady. I'm following your lead tonight.
Well, one of the things I want to talk about when it comes to fibromyalgia, chronic diseases, any autoimmune diseases, the doctors give you so much medication. And to be honest, sometimes we don't know where to start. Should we take it? Should we be looking for an option? You talk about how the medication gives you other side effects. So there's so much going on. Sometimes we just get overwhelmed and we just say, I'm just going to listen to the doctor. But there are alternatives, okay? So the main alternatives that's out there, as we all know, is marijuana. Marijuana is something that is natural. The Heavenly Father created to deal with such things. It helps everywhere from cancer to Parkinson's to Crohn's disease if you had a stroke, and then also with these autoimmune diseases like the fibromyalgia and things like that. But if you're like me, I do not like that feeling that drugs give you of high. I've never smoked marijuana myself, but taking just the drugs the doctor gave me to deal with the pain, I get that high feeling.
Oh, so fine. Oh, you're on. Okay.
I look for something that was giving the same effect of the marijuana, but didn't give me the feeling. And the hemp was the. I prayed and prayed about it because, you know, I live by the word. And I prayed and asked the Heavenly Father, what is the cure that you put in this earth for what I have, the thing that I'm dealing with, that I'm trying to manage? The answer came, it was hemp. Hemp is the cousin, you can say, of marijuana. It has the same CBD in it, which is the thing that helps you with inflammation and spasms and even anxiety, believe it or not, stress. And it has trace amounts of the TCH. So the TCH is what they say is what normally helps you with pain. But when you're in chronic pain, most of the time it comes from spasms and things like that that's causing the pain. You don't want to touch your skin. Everything just seems hyperactive. Well, C will lower that. It will allow those, it will stop the spasm. It'll lower that anxiety. It'll calm you enough down so that you're not dealing with the pain and all those other side effects. Now, I can't say medically, that the hemp will stop the pain, but it does take away everything that causes that pain. So for me as a personal experience, the hemp did stop that pain, and it did it without that high feeling. I didn't have that loopy feeling from taking it.
Okay, well, let me start here about what autoimmune disease is first. Let me start there too, from a medical perspective as a doctor. Autoimmune means that your body is attacking itself. It's called autoimmune. So your body is recognizing being hit from the inside out. An autoimmune disease can occur. So it can attack organs, it can attack skin, it can attack anything in the body. Your body is like, what is this? I've never seen this before, and treat it as something foreign. Hey, Lisa, thank you for joining. As something foreign, and starts to attack it. And once it starts the attacking process, it's in chemicals to that area to say, hey, this is not supposed to be here. Let's get rid of it. So one of the things that it sends is what we call our killer cells, which goes in that area, your T cells, your lymphocytes, and everything in that area to fight it. And it causes abundance of inflammation in that area because it's attacking something that's supposed to be there, which is your own body. So that's why it's called an autoimmune disease. So to keep it real simple, that's what that is. So, and like I said, believe it or not, they said that autoimmune diseases, they consider diabetes type 2 an autoimmune disease. There are skin diseases that they consider as autoimmune, from blisters to vitiligo. Vitiligo is when you see people with that hyperpigmentation of their skin. They can be dark as me, but have white patches on their skin. They said Michael Jackson had the disease. And what it does, the body is attacking the melanocytes, which are the cells that gives your pigmentation to your skin, destroys those cells. So therefore, it takes the color away from the skin. There's also joints problems of autoimmune disease, from lupus, which is SLE. There's Sojourner's disease, scleroderma. Scleroderma is one of the diseases that one of the Williams sisters that had. So I know it's Sojourner's, for one of the women, the tennis player had. And then let me see what else. There's heart autoimmune disease. They even said there's thyroid autoimmune disease, which is hypothyroidism, which is called Hashimoto's. So it also, your body is attacking the body is attacking the thyroid, causing it not to function like it should properly. So even the nervous system. So the nervous system in fibromyalgia is being attacked. So that there are trigger points in the diagnosis. For those of you that are under the sound of my voice that have had a diagnosis of fibromyalgia, there are some points that people touch to actually call trigger points. Hey, Terry, thank you for joining. Please invite and share. Apostle Wayne T. Jackson, thank you for joining. My spiritual dad from Great Faith Ministries International. Thank you, Dad, for joining. My spiritual dad for joining on. Apostle Wayne T. Jackson, I appreciate you joining on. I consider it a privilege and honor my covering. He is very knowledgeable, and he teaches us about health from the pulpit. Yes, he does. He teaches us about how it's important to take care of ourselves so we can live this life that God created and designed for us to do, to be kingdom builders. Hey, Brother Green, thank you for joining. And so, but let me tell you this. They say that most autoimmune disease is what we call idiopathic cause, which means they don't know why it happens. So from a myriad of things, it can be environmental. Hey, Cheryl, thank you for joining. All the chemicals that are in food. We're going to talk about that in a minute. We're going to talk about the pesticides. We're going to talk about the deodorants, the perfume. We're going to talk about the environment, the air that we breathe. All those things are turning something on in your body that should be shut off. So one of the things that Essie just talked about is how something natural that you can possibly use to help with the inflammation, to bring that down, to help you be able to combat the process of it. Hey, DeQuinda. Hey, Renita. Thank you for joining. So one of the things I want to say, those trigger points, let me those trigger points. There's one that's in the back of the head. There's two like in the right here where I'm pointing at the shoulder blades, which we call the trapezius of the neck. There's two that's right above the midline of the buttocks. There's two here, and there's some here. Now, let me tell you this. I did a little bit of studying about that, is that those are called meridians. in the body, your body is energy, and energy has a currency, has a flow, and those meridians are like electronic wires. So what happens in those inflammation states, it creates blockages. So when you create a block, right, in even in an electric cord, the electrical conduction is still going to keep going, but sometimes it will keep pushing really, really hard because it's saying, hey, there's a block here. I got to get past this. So in fibromyalgia and autoimmune disease, the conduction is still trying to go. Hey, Lisa. Hey, Rita. It's still trying to go, and it's doing it really, really hard. So if you guys seen those commercials for fibromyalgia, you see how it's like lightning going, because the body is saying, I still need to get these electrical impulses through here. So let me do it at a harder and a faster rate, which causes the inflammation and the pain. So one of the things that Essie was talking about tonight, a natural substance, which is called hemp, what it does, it helps calm down those electrical impulses. We cannot say that it diagnoses, prevents, or cure, but I can say it calms it. I can say that. Hi, Marnisha.
It did calm down those pulses. I mean, those pulses can be so bad that it actually affected my use of electronics. I would have to sometimes give my electronics to other people and say it's not working for me, and they would touch it and it worked, because those pulses are always going, and it actually feels like bruises. Those tender spots feel like bruises. When someone touches it, it just your whole body just goes into this state of like constant pain. It's really, really uncomfortable. So if you have fibromyalgia or any chronic disease, chronic pain disease, you understand Dr. Patterson is talking about those tender spots. You have to be so careful. You find yourself almost protecting them at times when someone comes to you. You heard your touch, like, what you doing? Because they do, when they are touched, those sensations go through your body, and it's unreal. You don't even know what to do. You just want to stay completely still to hope that it slows down. But the does calm that down.
Okay, so Essie, could you share with it? Hey, Nakia. Hey, Doris. Could you explain to them your personal experience of having a flare-up? Explain to them how you can tell. Explain to them the whole process and how sometimes it used to just have you like flat on your back. Could you share one of your experiences?
Oh wow! So when I was, before the doctor even diagnosed me, they didn't know what was going on. They wanted to say, how you said, the hypothyroid. They thought I had MS. They were going through all these different things. But what it did was, there were at times where, at one moment, I'm feeling fine. I thought I was fine, and the next moment I could not move. The pain in my body was so bad that when I went to the doctor one time, they actually thought my spouse at the time was beating me. They were like, you cannot be in this much pain and nothing happened to you. And I said, sir, nothing happened. All of a sudden, I'm just in pain. And the doctor did not want to believe me, but the pain was so bad that my older sister had to take off from her job a whole year to take care of me while the doctors were trying to come up with some kind of pain management for me. We couldn't do anything. But at times, you're so tired because of this pain that I was talking to Dr. Patterson, you don't even want to eat. You don't want to move your mouth to chew your food. And then at times when you have energy, you just want to overeat because you want to make sure you get enough food in. But the pain is that bad. Like you can't do anything for days. It's not like it happens and it gets away. It is so sporadic. It is so just like whenever that it's hard to plan a day. It's hard to plan a week. It's hard to say, I'm going to go out with you, because you make plans and you have to cancel. And if people don't understand the how fibromyalgia works, they think that you're just blowing them off all the time. But there's nothing you can do. Sometimes you wake up with energy, sometimes you don't. Like I say, sometimes I would lay in the bed, just even having to go to the restroom. I was in so much pain, I could not even move to go to the restroom. So I would hold it for so long because there was nothing else I could do, hoping that somebody would come in the room to help me get up, because you didn't even want to yell or scream their name because that all took muscle movement.
Wow.
So I would just be in the bed laying there until someone said, are you okay? You need something? I was like, yeah, can you help me up? Can you get me this? Or can you do that? It's so debilitating that it's unspeakable. It's nothing you would wish on anybody at any time.
Yes. Okay. So I just want to do a couple of shout outs before we go on. Hey, Grant. Hey, Wendy Simpson. Thank you. And please invite and share. Now, Essie, when you and I connected and we were talking about this fibromyalgia diagnosis, let me remind you guys this too. Fibromyalgia is what they call a diagnosis of exclusion. Means that the doctors, like you said, they went through everything else and found out that it wasn't that. They checked the thyroid, you know, they did ANA, they drew blood, they checked CBCs, they checked your SED rate for inflammation. They did all of that, and then they finally said maybe she has fibromyalgia or has a diet. So let's touch her on these points.
Oh yes,
that is something that's a person that has a diagnosis of fibromyalgia will never forget. So Essie, tell them how your experience was after you and I connected and we started talking about what we needed to do. So, and you shared with me one of our conversations. I was like, Essie, I don't even remember that.
Yes.
So could you share with them the conversation that we had when we were talking about how to do it naturally?
So I was working with Dr. Patterson at this point, and I was still having flare-ups from time to time. I had started eating healthy, and we're going to talk about the paleo, but there are times, and Dr. Patterson knows I love to eat. So I would get away from the paleo, and I would just eat any and everything because I felt so good now. I'm going out doing everything I would eat, and it would cause this flare-up, and I couldn't understand why. And then after a while, I realized it was my food. But I wanted to eat, so I kind of like would say, you know, I'm going to eat, I'll be okay kind of thing. So I'm talking to Gracie one day, Dr. Patterson, and I'm telling her about this flare-up, and she said, Essie, you know what's happening. You know what's causing it. So basically, you're choosing to be sick. And to me, that was such a wake-up call because I said, this is really my choice. Right now, I know what I need to do to be healthy. I need to eat a paleo diet. I need to make sure that I'm not doing anything that will trigger a flare-up. And what was triggering that flare-up for me was eating food that was not organic, eating fast food, not really just taking care of myself. I had to make sure I was exercising on a regular basis and doing all these things. And when I deviated from that plan, I was in a flare-up. I couldn't do anything all day. I was in the bed, you know, trying to recoup from this thing, waiting for it to get out of my system. But when Dr. Patterson said to me, Essie, at this point is you, it kind of let me realize that I am totally in control of what's happening to my body right now. This is managed. The Heavenly Father gave me the hemp. He told me about the paleo diet. So anything I do other than that, I was causing myself pain. So I had to make up in my mind that what will my regimen be? If I wanted to eat something that I knew wasn't healthy, what's the healthy alternative? So for me, I like spaghetti. I like pasta. But there's a thing called spaghetti squash. It looks just like spaghetti. You throw it in the oven. You can still put your sauce on and do everything, and I can still have spaghetti. There's gluten-free breads out there. They're what they call cloud breads that you make with eggs and a little baking soda, and you throw it in the oven. There's so many different alternatives where I can still eat my same exact foods, just made in a healthy way. And once I started doing that, I was fine. Life just took another turn for me. I was no longer having these flare-ups that I was having before. Now, I'm not saying it's all the way gone, but my flare-ups are so minimal now that I can still have my day.
Okay, so just think about that. It's called an autoimmune disease at the level of the cell, but it was an autoimmune disease based upon your choices. You were doing it to yourself by the poor choices that you were making. So you were basically doing it to yourself. So tell them about when you first made up your mind, okay, I'm gonna eat differently. Tell them how much you weighed at that time.
Oh my goodness. So I always wanted to be a big person. So in my mind, losing weight to me wasn't an option. But I had a doctor who told me that I really need to lose this weight if I was going to manage not only fibromyalgia, but some other things that were going on in my body. So I was weighing at that time about 200, I think, and 11 pounds. I was up there. And when I decided and made up in my mind that I was going to lose this weight, I thought that dieting was not the answer. Because diet is something you do temporary. This had to be a lifestyle for me. What was the change I could make that was going to cause me to live this new lifestyle? And it was something I could do all the time, not where I had to go buy certain foods or anything, but it was something I could do all the time. And, you know, talking to Dr. Patterson and trying to find these healthy options, then I was doing the research and I found out about a paleo lifestyle. It's eating food that is organic and not processed. So when I started to eat food that was organic and not processed, and there, believe me, people, there are tons of recipes for everything. You are not missing out on anything. And it tastes so good. I immediately started to lose weight without even thinking about it. I could eat as much food as I wanted, and I was still losing weight. But the thing about it is, because it did not have all of those pesticides and everything else they put into the food, not organic, I also was developing this energy. The flare-ups were so minimal at this point that it was unreal, because there was nothing causing my body to go into this electric override. So I was feeling so much better. I was started jogging, going for walks. I was doing all kinds of stuff, and I was even enjoying my children again, something that I couldn't do before because I was always in the bed. But that paleo diet, taking away the food that was not organic, only eating organic food, eating food that was not processed, eating food the way the Heavenly Father intended for us to eat it, then everything about me just changed. The weight came off without me even thinking about it. The energy came back, no problem. And I was just healthy. I mean, I was just what I consider, I'm normal again. That's the only way I can put it. I am normal again, like I was when I was a child.
Okay, two things I want to ask you. Hey, Carmen, I just wanted to shout out to a couple of people. I saw Thomas on there. Thank you for joining on. Hey, Tanisa, thank you for joining. Now, you said you used the hemp. Could you share with our viewers how you used it and how long you used it to reset your neurons and all that other kind of stuff? Could you explain how did you do that? Hey, Carmen.
So for me, I don't have to use it every day anymore. When I first started using it, I used it every day, at least 3 times a day. It comes in a couple of forms. You can get it where it's in like a little applicator, and it's like you know how you get a shot that they push it. It looks like that. You squeeze it under your tongue, let it sit for a few seconds, and then you swallow it down. That's what I use because I wanted something that would act fast and get into my system. The more I used it, the more my body started to create a habit, once again, like of health. I got back, my body started to put itself back into a healthy state. Along with food, along with the exercise, using this hemp, because it's calmed everything down in my body. After about, I want to say 3 to 6 months, I didn't even have to take it anymore. I wasn't ordering it like I needed to anymore. A matter of fact, I ordered it in a very long time till I myself started selling it because I wanted it to help my clients. But it put me back into a sleep pattern, which if you have any autoimmune disease, you know that your sleep is so important. You have to sleep in order for your body to feel the way it needs to feel throughout the day. And once I started using this hemp, I began to sleep again. It was like the most amazing, wonderful feeling in the world, that the fact that I was just sleeping at night and waking up in the morning feeling refreshed. Because a lot of times fibromyalgia or any chronic pain disease, you can fall asleep and you still don't feel like you slept. You didn't feel like you got that rejuvenation, that really relaxed state. But with this hemp, I was able to fall asleep, stay asleep all night, wake up in the morning refreshed, and it was just the most amazing things. It comes in different forms. I like the kind that goes under your tongue, but it also comes in a pill form as well. It comes in powders. It comes in different forms, whatever you need. But the one under your tongue, to me, and I got one of the strongest levels, I administer it 2 or 3 times a day under my tongue, and it allowed me to just relax and have a normal life.
Oh, that's good, Essie. Now, could you explain to them one of the symptoms of the autoimmune disease, the brain fog? Could you kind of like explain, I know words can't describe it, but to the best of your ability, explain how it made you cognitively, your mind?
So with fibromyalgia, because you're not sleeping, and you know, when you don't sleep, you know, it can cause a lot of things, hallucinations, everything. But for people with fibromyalgia, there's this fog where, and sometimes it's almost like a person who's going through cancer treatment, how their brain is just, they can't remember things, or sometimes they want to figure out what's going on. I would be sitting somewhere and have to remember, what was I doing right now? Someone could be talking to me, and I could be in the midst of a conversation and all of a sudden lose it. I have no idea what we're talking about. And we're still having a conversation. I'm trying to remember. The fog was just so hazy that at times you didn't want to have a conversation with anybody. You didn't even want anybody to come and say hi or anything, but you didn't know what it was to, where you would have to try to pretend your way through. But the person can always tell, because to them, they think you're not paying any attention to them. So you're not listening to me, really, Essie? I mean, I have my sisters say that to me I don't know how many times. You're not listening to me. And it wasn't that I wasn't listening. It was that I was in that fog. No matter what at that time, I could not comprehend what you were saying. So it was hard for me to give you a response. There was no way to actually hold a conversation. The brain fog is a very horrible thing because me having jobs in my life when I did work in corporate America, I always had a management position. And me trying to manage or do something when I'm in a fog was totally impossible. There was no way to go through that. So I would find myself, which I had a lot of people say that I had to just quit my job. I had to let the job go because you can't function. And you feel so bad and you feel like you're doing something wrong, but there's no way around the brain fog.
Okay, so Essie, in regards to the fibromyalgia, let's also talk about, we talked about the brain fog, we talked about the pain, we talked about the lack of energy, the sleep deprivation. What about the process of the inflammation of the skin, where it's like you don't even want anybody to touch you? Could you kind of like talk about that a little bit?
When it hurts. There were times where I didn't want to go outside because the wind just blowing and was blowing the hair on my skin. I mean, it was just horrible. With fibromyalgia, it intensifies everything. Your sense of smell, you can't take scents. You want everything just to have no scent in it. I didn't want fabric softener. I didn't want anything in my clothes. I didn't want to put carpet fresh down. I didn't want anything. I didn't want people to hug me. Don't hug me. And you know, to be a mother with little children at the time and telling them not to, that was a horrible feeling to say, you know, you can't touch me right now, you can't hug me, trying to make it as happy as possible, but feeling so bad inside because you didn't want anybody to touch you. It's just a really, fibromyalgia, like I said, it heightens so much. Sometimes even your vision is blurred. What's happening is you can't see. Everything is just so fuzzy and you're trying to see, so then you're going to try and lay down and go to sleep, then you can't go to sleep. So it was like a constant cycle because your body was just so hyperactive and everything was going off, those electrons or whatever going off at once, that the only thing that calmed it down was to have like that, either that marijuana or that hemp. And the hemp for me, like I said, was the answer because for some reason I tried even with the hemp, they have where you can like smoke it. I couldn't do it. I don't know what's going on with me, but I just I couldn't smoke it.
Right.
For those few seconds and letting it go and get into my system, it just calmed everything down. Like I said, I felt normal again. I can see. It's times when you feel like you can't hear. You got to turn the TV up so loud because you can't hear. That went away. Like I said, my smell was back to normal. I had energy, and I could touch people. And the human touch is what allows you to heal. So think about the fact that no one could touch me, and at the same time, I'm trying to heal.
Wow. Okay, so now we talked about that. We talked about that, the hemp, as far as inflammation is concerned. There are some other products that we have. One of my favorites is called the Brain Boost. Did we talk about that? The Brain Boost has the turmeric in it. Another thing that you can do that is very good for inflammation is omega-3. Yeah. Omega-3, 6, and 9. We have a product that's a omega fish oil. It doesn't smell like fish. Matter of fact, it smells like lemons. It smells real good. But it has the omega-3, 6, 9 in that. So those are the things that you need to be looking into as far as keeping inflammation down naturally. We talked about alkaline water before, helps with that in regards to keeping inflammation down in the body. A lot of times as physicians and doctors, especially if it's an acute situation like an injury or something like that, you know, they want to quickly go to the NSAIDs, which is your Advil, your leaves, your Motrins and stuff like that. But, you know, those type of things can tear up the stomach, be bad on the kidneys and things of that nature. So, you know, here on Medical Monday, we want to give you more natural and healthy alternatives to help you be the best you in regards to treating inflammation, because this is what happens. This is the description that I normally use, and you guys here on Medical Monday probably heard me say this before. It's like being in a boat with a hole in it. The water is gushing in and you got a pot. You're taking a pot, pouring out the water, but there's a hole in the bottom of the boat. We got to patch the hole. And most oftentimes, the underlying problem with chronic pain is inflammation. Yeah. And no one wants to talk about where the inflammation is coming from. And one of the key things that she said, besides the hemp that she used, was her diet choices, her food choices. So most processed foods, hear me, all of you under the sound of my voice, processed foods creates inflammation. Inflammation creates pain. Okay, so it is what it is, okay? Inflammation creates pain. Now, if a person is always in a high inflammation state, guess what, guys? It also affects your blood vessels in your body. And if you have blood vessels in your body that are inflamed, when you have your blood going through, or even what we call cholesterol, which is your oil, be it good or bad, those oils attach to that inflammation and creates plaques. So then you get narrowing of those vessels. And then when you get narrowing of those vessels, what happens to a person? A person gets high blood pressure. You see how all of this is connected to the food. So in food increase inflammation, along with eating salty foods. So this is a whole nother story about in regards to hypertension, causes those vessels to further constrict. So then those blood is like, I got to get through here. And then sometimes the blood pressure is so hard, it dislodged one of those plaques. And then it goes somewhere where you don't want it to go. It may go to the brain and cause a stroke. It may go to the heart, cause a heart attack. It may go to the kidney and blow out the kidney. So it's a whole process we're talking about here, how, and you guys can see how it all fits and is connected. So be mindful of the food choices that you make. You are this. I saw the comment by Apostle Jackson on here. You are the CEO of your life. You manage your own life. So the food that you choose have a direct effect of how your body functions and how you deal with whatever diagnosis they may say that you have. God has created things in the earth for us to use and to utilize, for us to be the best that we can be. Because again, as a medical doctor, I cannot say that natural remedies prevent, treat, or cure. I can't say that, but I can say it can make you be the best you that you can be in order for you to manage with whatever you may be dealing with. How about that? And I also know that it is God's will, plan, and purpose and design for you not to suffer in your body, because he sent his son to die for us. Not only that we may have life and have it more abundant on that side of heaven, but on this side of heaven, we're supposed to be pain-free and have a good life, not on our backs, dealing with pain where we can't eat, where we can't interact with our loved ones. How about we can't pray? You can't pray if you're feeling like that.
Right, and that was the worst feeling at all, because you feel so disconnected when you can't pray. And I wanted to pray and ask the Heavenly Father for direction, but then you're too tired. You can't even think. You have the fog, you have all these things going on. And one of the first things I do when people come to me for health coaching is I ask them, what are you eating? That's the first thing I ask, because there are two things that cause mostly every disease, Dr. Paris, and I know you're going to agree with this. It's mucus and it's inflammation. These two things cause so many sicknesses in the body. It causes almost everything that a person goes through that is not healthy for the body. So the first thing I ask them is, what are you eating? And they'll tell me what I eat. I do cook every night, but I eat fast food. And once you talk about fast food, you're into the height of processed foods, which means it doesn't matter what you eat at that point. That food is overriding everything else, and you have sent your body into a shock that's going to cause, like you say, diabetes and everything else. But once you start getting into eating that healthy food, having those omega-3s and the 6s, and eating food that is the way it was intended, then your whole body changes. When my sister stayed with me for that year where she had to take care of me, I started back then eating healthy, organic food. She was suffering from high blood pressure and different things. Just eating that healthy food, she had to stop taking her medication because her medication was making her feel sick at that time. Because the food itself had turned back what was happening with the process of everything. I don't think she had diabetes. I want to say high blood pressure is what she had. But it had turned back what she was dealing with. She no longer had high blood pressure. She was fine just from eating the right foods and eating it the right way. So when she took her medicine, she was feeling all kind of weird because she didn't need it anymore. So food is the key to getting healthy all over again. It is going to generate the body, start it all over again, like a fresh start.
Yes, that is so true. So guys, what time is it now? It is 8:35. We've talked, I see a comment where Chantel was talking about mucus. Yes, Chantel, mucus. Mucus can be built up. This is what I tell people too. For those of you that are under the sound of my voice, you guys know people that smoke and that are smokers, or even secondhand smoke. Secondhand smoke is worse than a person who's smoking, because even when a person is smoking, at least they have a filter on the end. That cigarette at the end is just burning, and it's not being filtered through anything. So secondhand smoke is worse than a person who smokes. So what happens, you have what we call the cilia that lines your respiratory tract, that moves everything up and out. So when a person smokes, it doesn't move. So mucus builds up. So along with the processed food, mucus builds up. Dairy causes mucus. Some of you under the sound of my voice may not know this. You think, oh, I'm drinking all this orange juice to help this cold, to get rid of this mucus. And believe it or not, the citric acid in the orange juice is causing the mucus to be worse because it's acid. So if you want the vitamin C, just take vitamin C or something that has vitamin C in it that doesn't have the citric acid. So those could be like your red peppers, your green peppers. They can be other type of fruits that do not have your citric acid. So those of you under the sound of my voice that, because it's flu and cold season. So a lot of people just want to drink a whole bunch of orange juice and they want to do lemons and all that other kind of stuff. You notice after you do that, you become more even stuffed up. Because that citric acid is producing more mucus. So yes, Chantel, mucus.
When you first told me that, I didn't know that. I had no idea because I was doing exactly what you were saying. I was drinking the orange juice and having those lemon, what they call toddies with the honey and everything in it. And I kept saying, why is it making me feel worse? And when you told me that, it was a revelation. So the vitamin C is so healthy to get because that will give you what you need that you would have gotten in that orange juice without that causing that mucus to build up. That is just, it's amazing the things have to do. And if you go to www.bw-center.com/mm, you can see that Dr. Patterson does have the joint and pain relief system on her website, along with the hemp products that you can buy. Now, that pain and joint relief system, if you have inflammation in your body, that is going to calm it down, people. That is a top seller with this company here. So if you want to get that, please go to the site right now so that you can purchase that. When it comes to pain and inflammation, that is one of those natural things that's going to bring it down. Turmeric, even if you make a turmeric tea, it's going to bring that down, okay? The hemp will do the same exact thing. So it just depends on which product you want, but that pain relief is hard to get. So please go to the site right now and get that. And that's at www.center.com/mm. That's /mm. So you can get that. It is very, very important when you're trying to get the pain and deal with chronic pain.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, we also have a pain free clinic. I hate to call it pain clinic. Free clinic. It's every Thursday. At the first of the year is going to be on Wednesday, but we have a pain free clinic that's every Thursday. So for those of you that are under the sound of my voice that are interested in that, you can call the office at 248-356-1111 and get a consultation. That's 248-356-1111 to get a consultation. We even carry turmeric in the office. Some of the things that we're talking about is right there in the office. Sometimes, even though for those of you that are Great Faithers under the sound of my voice at Great Faith Ministries International, after service, I go back with the souls and then I go to the bookstore. So I'm at the bookstore also with certain products there. And then I'm help you to go through the process of making your orders and things of that nature, whatever your situation that you're in, you're trying to do. Now, another thing I want to ask you, Essie, did you ever do a detox? I can't remember if you did a detox at any point in time.
I did a detox. I would use the noni tea. So what I would do is noni tea for days at a time. Careful because sometimes it can cause your stomach to hurt. So you got to be careful. It's pretty strong. But I would detox my system, and then once I'm done with the detox, I will go ahead and go in with the paleo food. It's so important that you detox your body like 2 or 3 times a year because our body builds up just so much of everything around it. Even if you're getting the organic food, you don't know what is around it. They say things have to be so far away in order for it to be organic, but that wind blows and all kinds of things go. So sometimes something gets in there, and you need to detox your body so you can start fresh. Fasting is a great way to do that. You can go on a fast, allow your body to reset itself, clean itself out, and then start. You'll feel so much better. Dr. Patterson, we had somebody ask about alkaline water, making it yourself with baking soda and lemon. Can they do that for the alkaline water?
Okay, now this is what I say. There's a whole bunch of stuff out on the internet, but that doesn't make it true. So baking soda, yes, you can use that to make your water alkaline. Got to be careful with baking soda because baking soda, you don't want your body to become too alkaline. So you got to be very, very careful with that. And also remember that a lemon to me, a lemon is an acid because it has citric acid.
So I don't know how putting the lemon can make something alkaline, because the acid has a low pH and the alkaline has a high pH. So I don't know. Maybe they're using the lemon to make sure that the baking soda don't become too alkaline. I don't know. I don't make those concoctions, so I'm not going to claim that I do. But you got to be careful with stuff that you read on the internet, because most people have this thing, oh, if it's on the internet, it's true. No, that's not always the case. So that's why when I come to you guys as a medical doctor, I come from medical journals. I come from Medscape. I come from New England internal medicine journals. I come from family practice medical journals. So I always come to you from a medical perspective, not from Google or not from Safari. I don't come from Firefox. I don't do searches like that and then get on Medical Monday and tell you what the internet says. Now, because there's so much false information out there, so you got to be careful.
Now, I had a water system put in my house when it was built, so all of the water is purified that comes to my house. When you have fibromyalgia, everything needs to be clean. The water that washes your clothes, the water you drink, however you intake water through your body, whether your skin or your mouth, it needs to be purified. So I did get a purification water system for my house so that I could drink good water for my situation. So you do need some type of filter in your home that will keep your water clean for you. You definitely need that.
And even if you don't have a diagnosis, or someone gave you a diagnosis of fibromyalgia or autoimmune disease, this is just a good thing to do. How about that? You know, you do need to have clean water. I mean, because it is what it is. You definitely need to have clean water. I'm trying to see, is there any questions that anybody might have watching? Anything that anybody, so Essie, if they want to get in touch with you and want to find out more about the hemp or purchase the hemp, which they need to go to www.bw-center.com/mm. So, but what if somebody wants to get with you and get your expert coaching skills or anything like that? Could you please let them know how they can get in touch with you and set that up as well?
Yeah, so one of the things I want to offer, if you did want to go to the website and purchase hemp, there's a code that you can use in all caps, hemp helps. And that code will give you 20% off all the hemp products on my site, so that you can get a feel of how these hemp products will work for you. Remember, just like any vitamin or anything else, it takes about 2 weeks for it to get in your system for you to feel it working. But one thing I noticed about the hemp, I felt something right away. I don't know because it's all natural or whatever, but I felt something right away with the hemp. So if you want to go ahead and try those products out, I'm giving 20% off right now if you go to the website and get it. And my website is www.essiecolbert.com, and I'm going to type it in for you, and that's www.essiecolbert.com. And you can go to my site and go to the health products. And under health products, you'll see all the healthy products there that are available that are at hemp. I mean, I have everything from even where it comes to like the body lotion of hemp. I have shampoo. I have conditioner. I even have capsules right here. It comes in 3 different strengths. Mm-hmm. One is like a raw, like you would juice it in that kind of rawness, where it's just the plant and they kind of juice it and made it in the capsule form. They have another where it has like 17% CBD in it. And then they have one that's about 25, 27% CBD. This one right here, the gold level, this will be about 25, 27%. And what you can do is take it at night before you go to sleep, and it'll calm your body down. If you do well with it at night and you want to try it and take it in the morning time, it will also work. But remember, if you're going to work and you're not sure how it works for your body, I would wait till a weekend or a day you're not working so you can see how it works during the day with you before you start using it when you have to go to work. But at night, having trouble sleeping, this will definitely help you get some sleep.
So there is a question by Colleen who said, what do you do when you have a flare? So being that you have all this information now, so like say for instance, out of the blue, a flare comes up. So what do you do right then and there to address a flare up?
When I have a flare, that's when you want to take the hemp. And I'm going to try and open this box for you while we're talking. You want to take the hemp where you put it under your tongue, because this is what's going to take effect right away. You know, when you put the medication under your tongue, it actually gets into your stream a lot faster. So yes. I use right here. You only need a little of it at a time under your tongue, and it has an instruction of how much to take. And you put it on your tongue, and you let it sit. After it's set for a while, that medication gets into your system, and you feel the flare start to calm. It actually starts calm down. You can feel yourself, okay, I'm feeling better. That pain is going away. And then all of a sudden, you're good again. You have to relax. But remember, I drink a lot of water. You have to drink a lot of water to make sure whatever caused that flare up is going to be flushed out of your system. And then when you do begin to eat again, make sure you're eating food that is not processed. And you have to find out what foods trigger you, because even if the food is organic, it can still be a trigger for you. So you need to find out what foods are triggering, or what you did that triggered that flare up. Maybe it was a soap you used when you took a shower. Maybe it was a perfume you put on your body. What caused that flare up? So you need to be paying attention. So I always tell people to keep a journal. Keep a journal of what you ate, what you put on, everything you did. So when that flare up comes back, you can check this. A few minutes before this, I did this. Day before I did this. Go back through that journal, and then you can find out what triggered that flare up, so you can eliminate that from your day to day.
So let's talk about stress. We only have a few more minutes. It's like 8:47. So let's talk about the stress, how it plays a role in any type of inflammation or autoimmune disease, or even in pain, how stress plays a role in that. Could you talk about that for a minute?
Stress is like cancer. Stress is like the worst thing you can do. If you're a person of faith, you have to remember that Heavenly Father said that He handles all that. So there's no reason to stress. You should not be stressing. So you have to remember that you have to trust in Him. What is He giving me to handle the situation? When you add stress into a situation of health, you are actually causing that thing to work even harder. They tell people when you're stressed that you're supposed to laugh, you're supposed to smile, you're supposed to be around people. So one of the things that I offer as coaching, I tell people, you got to put on something funny. You need to do something funny. You need to listen to something funny. You need to go eat some ice cream, get some organic ice cream. Make sure. And you need to make sure that you're doing whatever you need to do to bring those stress levels down. One of the things about CBD is it addresses anxiety. It addresses stress. When people started to use hemp way back in the day, marijuana and hemp, what they did was they used it after work so they can be relieved of the stress from their day. That's what they took it for. So they can actually relax from what they did and enjoy their families for the rest of that day. It works the same today. When you're feeling stressed about whether it's your sickness, your family, your friends, whatever happened, that stress is going to actually cause whatever you're dealing with to flare up, to go on into overdose. Right. So when you can bring those stress levels down, especially the hemp, because it allows it to take effect so quickly, then you're allowing yourself to manage that condition a lot better. A good thing for stress, believe it or not, is you read the Bible. That will calm you down so much, because most people say, I don't like to read the Bible, and But when you read it, it actually you need to take
There's something about the word.
And it just calms you down so much that stress will go. And if you're reading the proper scriptures, then you get that stress eliminated from your life by applying the word to it.
Yeah, be anxious for nothing, but with prayer and supplication, make your request be known to God, and the peace of God that transcends all understanding will guard your heart and mind, and whose mind is stayed on Christ Jesus is kept in perfect peace. So it's all about what you're thinking about. How about that? You know, so we're talking about being the best you from the inside out. Your mindset has a lot to go along with stress. Most oftentimes people are worried about the what ifs. You know, and the what ifs is like, what if it don't happen?
What if it don't?
How about that? You know, so you got to remember that you are a powerful being. So what the enemy does, he uses your power against you. So he can manipulate circumstances and situations around you to get you off your square and to get you off focus of what God is saying. And once he gets you there, he uses your own power against you, because your mind attracts into your life whatever you're thinking about. So, and it triggers chemicals in your body to release whatever you're thinking about.
That's true.
So you got to make sure that you have the mind of Christ. You know, our weapons are not carnal, but mighty to pulling down strongholds, casting down vain imagination, and exhaust itself against the knowledge of God. So you got to make sure that you're thinking the right thoughts. If the enemy is coming at you about your finances, you need to know the word about your finances. If the enemy is coming against you about your health, you need to know what the word is saying about your health. He said, above all things, he wants us to prosper, to be in good health as our soul prosper. If you don't know that, how can you be that? How can you think that? How can you operate in that?
And you have to remember that power of life and death is in the tongue.
Yes.
So speaking all the time, and Dr. Patterson had to help me to understand this even when I was telling her about what I was going through. If you're speaking all the time, I am in pain. This hurts. I can't. Why is this? Why is that? Well, I just framed my world with those words because the power of life and death is in the tongue. So I'm speaking out what I want, what I had to start speaking out. And one of the things that I love about Great Faith is we speak those things not as though they were. So as I was speaking those things as not as though they were actually coming into fruition. So I was saying, I'm healthy. I feel good. I'm having a good day. I'm pain free today. Whatever I need to say, because then at that point, it was allowing that world to be built for me, because I was speaking it out and I was making it happen. When people come to me for a health coaching or any type of coaching, the main thing we address is their mindset. Because if you have not your mind about the way you're looking at the situation, no matter what we do, you're still going to have that same thought. So even when you prosper or even when you're healthy, you're going to think you're not, and it's going to be a short-lived victory. But a goal should not be something that's short-lived. It should be something that we change and is now a lifestyle. Your lifestyle should be accomplishing goals. Not that I just did one thing, but this should be a constant thing happening in your life. Well, I did that. I accomplished what happened for me. But you can't do that if your mindset about what you're going through has not changed.
That's right. That is so true. So, keep sharing. Yes, please, everyone. Hey, Deetra. Hey, Lisa. Alfred. Thank you for coming on. Please invite and share this. This is some powerful information. Not only is it talking about a disease state, but it's just talking about being the best you from the inside out. We have products to go along with it. Again, you can go to www.bwcenter.com/MM for Medical Monday. Download the information. You can see the products that we are offering. We're having a special deal on tonight. Is it 20% off, Essie?
It is 20% off if you use the code HEMPHELPS.
Helps, yes.
Giving away a free health consultation. I'm giving away a pay-for-you consultation. So I'm going to personally pay for you to have a 30-minute consultation with me or one of my coaches, and we're going to go through whatever you're dealing with your health to help you get on that right track. And it's a free, like I say, 30-minute consultation because we're paying for it for you. So if you want to go to my website at www.esicolbert.com and sign up for one of those free 30-minute consultations. It's called the Paid For You consultation. We'll help you figure out whatever's going on and help you make a plan.
Please. We're on every Monday because it's called Medical Monday. Every Monday from 8 to 9. I don't care where I'm at or what I'm doing, unless I'm on vacation, on holiday. But other than that, we try to be on here every Monday to give you information so you can be the best you can be. Right now, we have a few more minutes. We have about 7 minutes. We can do a lot in 7 minutes. Does anybody have any questions or any questions that we can address right now? And of course, if you don't feel comfortable putting in the comment section, you can definitely inbox us. I will answer those personally myself. Yes, I do answer each and every one. Alfred Perry says, yes, a positive mindset can take you somewhere and it's beautiful. Very proud of you, beautiful Queen Sisters, for creating such a positive platform. Oh, thank you, Alfred. We appreciate it. Thank you. It is our pleasure. We just want everyone to be happy and have a good life. Yes. Is there any questions or anything else? Again, you can go to
www.bw-center.com/.
For Medical Monday. Hey, Joanne, thank you for joining on. We appreciate you. Please invite and share. You can inbox me with your questions. We're here every Monday from 8 to 9. We do have a pain-free clinic every Thursday till the end of the year. And then after that, we're going to be moving to Wednesdays in 2018. If you are interested in having a consultation or appointment, we're in Southfield, Michigan. If you're in the Metro Detroit area, you can call the office at 248-356-1111. That's 248-356-1111. And believe it or not, due to technology now, we are global. So you can definitely hit us up with our website, which is www.bw-center.com, and go to the website, and you can get in touch with us. That way we can actually set you up some time for a consultation, and we can do a video chat, however we need to do it. Of course, if you need any testing done, we can ship out to you what you need, so we're not limited to by our four walls at our office. We are a global practice.
And a holistic practice. We are a holistic practice. So you have to There is a natural cure for everything you need, whether you're experiencing hair loss, you feel there's a problem with your hormones or vitamin deficiency, whatever you feel you need, because we are a holistic practice, Dr. Patterson can provide you with that care globally, people, globally, in the comfort of your own home. All you need to do is give us a call at 248-356-1111 and ask to speak with someone in the concierge portion of the company, and they're going to get whatever they need to you. Remember, whether it's vitamin deficiency, hormones, hair loss, if you're dealing with chronic pain in any form or shape, it doesn't matter. Just make sure you give us a call, and we'll make sure you get the help you need.
Yes. Okay. So is there any other questions or comments? Hey, Charlene, Mama Charlene Bowles. Okay. Since nobody want to comment on anything, let me tell you about Mama Charlene. I call her Mama Charlene. And I call her Mama Charlene when I was a resident. And they said, there's a new patient here to see you. So when I went into the room, she said, we were talking and everything. She said, I went to the wrong doctor's office. I went upstairs. And she said she had such a horrible experience with the doctor that she was seeing at the time that she prayed and asked God to send her to a Holy Ghost filled doctor. So she opened up the yellow pages. So y'all know how long ago that was. She opened up the yellow pages and she saw Grace Family Practice, because that's where I did my residency. It wasn't my practice, but that's where I was doing my residency. And she came. And so when I was walking out, she asked me, "Are you saved?" Because she wanted to confirm her prayer that God had gave her. And I was like, yes. And she said, "Can I give you a word?" She gave me a word. It was an accurate word. She invited me to Great Faith. At the time, it was a conference called Breaking the Curses. And I came there and I visited because of Charlene Bowles coming to my office, giving me a prophetic word, inviting me to church. I came to Great Faith Ministry at 10709 during a conference called Breaking the Curses. So, hey, Charlene, thank you. God bless you. I have never been the same since. So I appreciate you and your obedience to God and coming to the practice to see me and to invite me to Great Faith Ministries International. Hey, Lynette, thank you for sharing. Hey, Lynette, thank you. Is there anything else going on? And Charlene now, she was blessed out of Great Faith. She left Wright and she went down to, I think she's in South Carolina. And she's, living a great life because she's had her foundation with Apostle Wayne T. Jackson and Dr. Beverly Y. Jackson. She's an intercessor, a prayer warrior, and she's living a great life. And we connect and still keep in touch with each other. Hey, Kanisha, how are you?
So somebody asked about a paleo diet. The paleo diet is where you're eating food that is not processed. I like to call it paleo lifestyle. It's eating food the way the Heavenly Father intended. Believe it or not, you can eat whatever you want as long as you eat the right way. You don't want to buy it processed, you want to buy it fresh, and you want to combine the foods in a way that they're healthy for you. Natural fats, natural oils. Instead of using white flour, you can use coconut, you can use almond,
quinoa flour,
tapioca. They have all these different flours you can use to replace white flour. Instead of using white sugar, they have the coconut sugars, they have pure cane sugars, all these different things you can use the right way instead of the substitutes they made to sell fast and cheap. So you want to eat the right foods. And the paleo diet is not a paleo diet per se, but you can Google paleo diet to come up. But it's a paleo lifestyle. It's eating food the way it was intended to be eaten. And like I say, I lost a ton of weight without even trying. And I feel so much better for it. I want to say that everybody is down there talking about, thanking me for sharing my testimony, but my testimony, me doing what I was supposed to allow me to get here. So if you feel like fibromyalgia is just too much for you, or any chronic disease is too much, know that all things are possible to him that believe it. Yeshua died so that I can be here today to share my testimony with someone so they can come out of whatever depression or whatever state they're in when they feel like they can't. I for years dealt with this from high school, even from grade school on, trying to figure out what was wrong with me and why I couldn't move, why I couldn't function, feeling like I just couldn't do anything. But when the Heavenly Father gave me that, showed me what that cure was, and I can't say a cure, but he showed me what that treatment was that can help me to get to a place where I am now, I can tell you no matter what you're going through, it is possible, people. It is possible to come out of whatever you're dealing with. If you can call 248-356-1111, speak with someone so that you can get a consultation with Dr. Patterson. You can find out about about all the healthy, holistic treatment that the Heavenly Father put on this earth to heal you, allow you to manage whatever you're going through.
And notice, for those of you under the sound of my voice, she said the Heavenly Father heals you. She didn't say a product, good, or service to heal you. So it is 9 o'clock. We thank you all. We love you with the love of the Lord for being on to Medical Monday tonight. We appreciate you guys tuning in. Remember, Bethesda Holistic Center will teach you how to calm the mind, cleanse and nourish the body, and to awaken your spirit by the power of the Word and the Holy Ghost. So thank you so much for tuning in, everyone. We appreciate you. Essie, thank you so much for being so transparent. Oh, my goodness. I appreciate you sharing your testimony and sharing what you did to help others. That's what the main thing is. That's the main thing. That's the main thing. Yeah. So appreciate you all. Okay, guys, next Monday, we're going to have another topic. I'll be posting that really soon to let you guys know. And throughout the week, I'm going to do my best to do a medical moment. I'm going to try to do that as well. We appreciate you so much for tuning in to Medical Monday next Monday at the same time, which is 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. We will see you then. Great peace. God bless. And bye for now.
You guys.
I'm getting ready to drive home now.
Okay. Be careful.
All right. Thank you.